Steph Curry, Draymond Green address Jonathan Kuminga trade rumors. Recent developments concerning Jonathan Kuminga and the Golden State Warriors have not impacted the team's performance on the court. Following their win against the New York Knicks, Stephen Curry conveyed that Kuminga's situation is not a distraction at all. He believes it will resolve itself one way or the other. Draymond Green shared similar views, stating that Kuminga is not a distraction. Stephen Curry and Draymond Green discussed Jonathan Kuminga trade rumors. Despite persistent trade rumors surrounding Jonathan Kuminga, Curry remains optimistic about the team's recent success. The Warriors achieved their 8th position in the Western Conference with a record of 10 wins in their last 14 games. Trade demand and contract details. On the first day of his eligibility to be traded, ESPN analysts Shams Charania and Anthony Slater reported that Kuminga had reportedly demanded a trade. He signed a 2-year deal worth $48.5 million in September, making his trading status noteworthy. Kuminga's recent performance. Jonathan Kuminga's performance has been a roller coaster this season. Initially showing promise, he averaged 17.2 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 3.1 assists during his first 9 starts. However, since November 7th, Kuminga's contributions have dwindled considerably. His averages dropped to 6.3 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 2.0 assists in 9 games. The Warriors' current form. The Warriors have recently regained their form, winning 4 out of their last 5 games at home. They will continue to leverage their home court advantage with 3 more games scheduled at the Chase Center. The next match is against the Charlotte Hornets this Saturday. Key takeaways. Stephen Curry and Draymond Green addressed Jonathan Kuminga's trade rumors. Kuminga reportedly demanded a trade after signing a 2-year, $48.5 million contract. His performance has significantly declined since November. The Warriors are 8th in the Western Conference with 10 wins in their last 14 games. Upcoming home games include a matchup against the Charlotte Hornets. The rumors started the way they always do in the NBA, quietly at first, then all at once. A quote clipped here. A salary chart there. A speculative tweet that suddenly felt louder than the game itself. This time, the name at the center of the noise was Jonathan Kuminga, a 21-year-old forward built like tomorrow, playing in a league that never stops asking about today. And because it was Golden State, because it always is, the questions didn't stop with Kuminga. They floated upward, toward the pillars of the dynasty. Towards Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. After practice, with the familiar hum of cameras and the soft echo of bouncing balls in the background, Curry smiled the kind of smile that suggested he'd heard it all before. "Man," he said, shaking his head, "every year there's something." Curry has lived through this cycle long enough to recognize its rhythm. From Monta Ellis to Andrew Wiggins, from draft picks to veterans, trade rumors have been the constant static beneath the Warriors' greatest hits. But Kuminga felt different. Younger. Rawer. Still forming. KJ's growth hasn't been linear, and that's okay. Curry continued. Not everyone's journey looks the same. But what I see is a guy who works, who wants it, who's learning how to impact winning. That word, winning, has always been Curry's compass. It's not about timelines or projections. It's about whether a player helps the Warriors be who they believe they are. Curry's tone wasn't defensive. It was protective, the way a franchise cornerstone speaks about someone he sees as part of the next chapter. Draymond Green, meanwhile, didn't bother with soft edges. "Let's stop acting like every young dude who ain't a finished product is on the trading block," Green said, leaning into the microphone with familiar fire. "That's lazy." Green has never been subtle, especially when he senses unfairness. To him, Kuminga represents a tension the modern NBA can't seem to resolve, the demand for instant impact versus the reality of development. "He's 21. Green emphasized. 21. Y'all want him to be Kawhi, LeBron, and prime me all in one season." The room laughed, but the message landed. Green knows better than anyone how long it takes to understand the Warriors' ecosystem, the reads, the spacing, the unspoken communication that turns chaos into choreography. Kuminga's learning how to play Warriors basketball, Green said. That ain't easy. It took me years. That might have been the most important line of the afternoon. The Warriors are not a plug-and-play franchise. Their system demands patience, humility, and a willingness to make the extra pass even when your athleticism screams otherwise. For Kuminga, whose game is built on explosive first steps and highlight reel finishes, the adjustment has been as mental as it is physical. Curry sees that tension every day. He's figuring out when to attack, when to slow down, when to trust the read, Curry said. That's growth. You don't rush that. Still, the rumors persist because the Warriors live in a space where past glory collides with present urgency. Every season with Curry is precious. Every playoff run feels like borrowed time. That reality fuels the speculation. Should Golden State cash in youth for experience? Should potential be converted into certainty? Green didn't shy away from that question. Look, if a move makes you better, that's the league, he said. But don't confuse rumors with reality. We believe in JK. Belief matters, especially coming from a locker room that has seen what happens when talent is nurtured instead of discarded. Curry wasn't a finished product early on. Green was a second-round pick no one expected to anchor a dynasty. Even Klay Thompson needed years before his greatness crystallized. History hangs heavy in that locker room. You don't build something special by panicking, Curry said. You build it by trusting your people. For Kuminga, the words from Curry and Green aren't guarantees. They're invitations to keep working, to keep learning, to stay present despite the noise. In a league that treats young players like chess pieces, that kind of public backing carries weight. As the session wrapped, Green offered one final thought, half challenge, half promise. He gonna be fine, Green said. As long as he keeps showing up, keeps listening, keeps competing. That's all we ask? Outside the practice facility, the rumor mill kept spinning, as it always does. But inside, the message was clear. The Warriors aren't just measuring Jonathan Kuminga by what he is right now. They're measuring him by what he could become, within a culture built on patience, trust, and championships earned over time. And for Steph Curry and Draymond Green, that future is still worth believing in.